am back again. My name is Phil the Cruz, Cruising with Phil, part two of my special guest, Mr. Corey David. How you doing, Corey? Thanks for coming back. I like the
Good.
yellow.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
like I like the yellow shirt. Nice.
I forgot about the yellow table, but it's all right.
We left out. We were talking about the getting into politics. You said you're into the politics the last 5 years. You started getting to it.
Yeah, approximately. Yeah,
So I was
started
going to
to
ask
like
you.
actually.
Let me just
Yeah.
pick your brain. I was going to ask. So when you started getting 5 years back, getting interested in politics, what do you see the big differences between the last 5 years from first year you got in and got involved, and you see the differences and how did it affect you in a way? In what way?
Well, I was much more naive, I think. I mean, as I guess I had been my whole life as I've gotten older. But yeah, I definitely was much more naive about politics when I got involved in it. I was probably more gung ho and less burnt out. But I'm hoping to turn that around soon. I don't know, but yeah. I guess I've learned things about how politics operate, um, just through, I guess, my experiences in activism and stuff. Uh, and I learn new stuff not every day, but I often learn new stuff as well about how like the systems uh, function, sort of, or whatever, and sort of like maybe like some somewhat deceptive actions, or whatever, or maybe I don't know. Even some people's, well, of course, some people's understanding of actually how things are functioning, I guess, just based on maybe what they've heard or whatever, because there's definitely a lot of hearsay that goes around, and and whatever. But yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff that I never thought I would see it happen. I have learned a lot about things that I thought I knew about history. And I guess I still can't say for sure, because I mean, can you ever say for sure if you're not really there or whatever? I don't know. But things that I thought were true, I guess, before, and now I've learned are definitely not true. I guess certain perceptions I even had, even though I sort of identified as a socialist in high school and whatever, like I said like earlier, although it was more like a cosmetic thing almost, maybe, or like not quite cosmetic, like I was interested in it, but it wasn't like I was actively taking part in it, I suppose. Um, yeah. So yeah, I've learned how much work can be to sort of try to form like a workers' party, not from my own standpoint. Like I have done some work or whatever, but I've seen just how hard some people work within organizations and stuff to try to build them and get them to be uh, active and have influence or whatever, um, you know, and just how those things are shaped or whatever. I've learned, yeah. So that's been my I guess experience in the last 5 or 6 years or whatever.
So you ran for council last year, right? For your ward 20, right?
It is Ward 20. Yeah, I
Yeah, so that's big,
I
double
wasn't
check.
there last time, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I was thinking 21. Yeah. So I was gonna ask you when you ran before you ran, put your name in for council. Did you have your own kind of idea what you wanted? I saw your platform. I know you're into housing and whole and combinations and all.
Yeah, the police abolitionist stuff was really important to my campaign. Um, the housing was like the main thing. I think that's like the number one issue facing people. Um, and I really think no one is confronting like the people who are actually exploiting the situation, like the banks and landlords and whatever, investment companies. Um, so yeah. I mean, I didn't. That's what I tried to say. I tried to talk about like the environment and just like the natural spaces around the riding. Like I was involved in I wasn't involved really, but I ran like a little campaign to try and save the quarry, which was sort of a natural space. I mean, it used to be a quarry and then it was like a dump, so it's not the best, but it really has rejuvenated and come back to life. And then like kind of like almost like in like a as
Where,
it's doing quite well.
where's
It's a,
the sorry,
it's a
where's the core? Where is it?
it's at Gerard and Victoria Park.
Gerard.
It was it
Oh,
was
okay, yeah.
but the city actually sold it to a privately held
Condo.
company. Yeah.
Oh,
Or maybe part of it was held by the city. I can't remember the exact details of it, but the
okay.
city definitely approved it. And well, part of it was a golf course before, but then that I think went out of business, and then kind of it was just no one owned it or no one was actively using it, so it just kind of filled in a bit. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know,
So they
but
put
it was
condos
a
in now?
nice space, and a lot of people use it. Yeah, it's going to be
Yeah.
housing.
Oh, okay. I think
It
yeah.
for the
That's my.
entire yeah area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So then, so when you when you register for council and you start, I saw your campaign. I remember you're at, like you're talking housing and you know, especially police as well. Police is a big thing for us. The police has changed. My brother-in-law is a retired cop from Metro. He went to Durham. He's seen the changes. All my buddies that have run in the forces went to the police. They seen this is not the. They said this is not the police force we joined back in the '80s when we got out of the military. Because I've seen like, I saw one guy 30 years later. I saw my buddy 30 years later, my name Mark Hanna. He ran for basic training, all kinds of stuff with me in basic training in the military. And I knew he was working at Lakeshore, down at the Lakeshore branch. I was drawing in the park. I sketch in the park sometimes. I saw these cops say, "Did you see Mark Hanna? Say hi." I gave him my nickname. The nickname I gave him, he knows. So, anyways, they gave him the message. I didn't think I was going to see him that day. And I'm drawing, I'm sketching, and I'm always kind of aware of my surroundings. And he sneaks up right behind me, taps me on the shoulder, says, "Hey, Incubus, I'm back." I was like, "Holy shit!" It's like 30 years later. The last time I saw him was my brother-in-law at graduation because he graduated with my brother-in-law for a Metro. I didn't know he was on the course, so it's funny. But he said like recently, he said it's just police has just changed the whole mentality. Well, example right there, the whole thing with the parks, right? You know, the whole just the violence there. You know, they're supposed to prevent violence. They actually committed violence. You know, I got nothing against the police, but that whole mentality, what they did and what they're ordered to do, that whole not just one part, but a few. But you know, I mean, there's no choice given. I mean, that's not the way we're trained. We're always told like if we're going to evacuate a place, and we've done a lot of evacuations overseas, we're always told the strict order is you don't force people out, you give them a choice, and that's what they didn't have at the parks. You know, they didn't give them a choice. You see, and
Yeah,
they're
hear them. Yeah.
and they spent. I was talking to Adam about this. They spent millions doing surveys and research on who is living in the park and all that. All that money spent is ridiculous. And I honestly, you don't like to do it. Like I read from Maryland. My whole thing is, where's the money go? You know, like
Oh,
you
the
just
huge police budget. Yeah.
yeah, like they just said they just got
Well,
97
they know
million,
it's for they overtime, yeah, and they hire more cops, yeah.
$40 million
Uh,
for consultations and all that. So as when you ran for council last year, did you see more differences for like what you thought was going to be like, or before or ahead of time?
I guess so. It was cool to meet both the local like media and some local community groups. It always is, but it was neat to meet them and see what they were doing. And I was glad they were so sort of receptive or whatever, or like open to like my stuff or whatever. It was really cool to see. Like they published an article for me in the paper, not an article, sorry, just like a candidate bio and whatever.
Oh yeah, and the local paper there, Scarborough paper.
Yeah, I think a few of them, the Bluffs and the Mirror, maybe. I don't know, but yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, and definitely a lot of online stuff. Like I said, I didn't really run like a huge in-person campaign, but it went some. I don't know, it went better than I expected. Like I said, but yeah, but meeting the other candidates, it was interesting to see sort of things. I don't want to get into the drama, I guess, right? I mean, everyone knows that well, anyone who knows me probably knows that I'm not a fan of Gary Crawford, so I'm glad to see him gone, you know. But uh, it was interesting to see some of the other candidates. And we talked about Phil, other Phil. He was pretty cool,
Phil,
and
yeah, Phil Mills,
it was
yeah.
nice to meet him. Yeah, and and then this time, what is it? This time in history or whatever, where I did that debate with him, just me and Phil and
Oh yeah,
Hope.
that's where I first seen you in your debate.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then I
yeah,
recognized you at the junction later on. But I'd seen
yeah.
your
I
picture
can't
before.
remember that's the exact name, but that was yeah, yeah.
Seen your picture there, yeah.
So it
So
was it was nice to get the politics out, I guess, which is like the main thing. Um, and yeah, because I feel like I don't know, like I met oh shoot, I'm forgetting his name. We can come back to that. But I met other candidates who were
like Kevin and
who
all,
were,
and
who were doing like community work, I guess, and local building. You know, I'm not. I don't know. Like I don't know them too well, but there are candidates that seem to really mean well, and that's always nice to see. I mean, I may not agree with their politics and whatever, but anyways, I guess what I'm trying to get at is it's nice to meet people who try to respect each other if you know if they're
yeah.
trying to do similar work on the campaign.
Plus, I
Yeah.
found last year with the a lot of the candidates, I got to know quite a few of them through the internet and in person, like yourself. And I say, like you said, they all respect each other, and they like even as mayor candidates. We had a good group last year of always running against each other. We all got similar debates or one are you missing, but we always had that kind of a respect. You know, Chloe, Sarah, Isabella, Reginald, a whole bunch of us. Like last compared to last year, and this year's the big difference for our running or whatever. You know, but we all like, we started the campaigns, even our debates. Like the debate we had at university, like everybody had a TCH community housing debate. That was like Isabella and Chloe's things is housing is as them, right? So that's not my forte. So that was their thing. And then the university debate, food was my thing. So that came up with a topic for a question. That was my thing. I love that. That was me talking because they all know it was my thing. There's even Sarah said that's your thing. That's your food spills thing, you know. So we all respected that. Nobody tried to top each other up or you know, you see you know, like you see fighting among and debates and all. It was really funny. Your debate last year, you weren't there because you were working, but what I found with these debates, and I found I'm not if you agree, very disappointed because there's just this control issue going on, right? Certain questions were being asked, and you had to line up to ask a question, or you have to give a piece of paper to another debate, and then submit it, and then when it gets submitted, there was not that. It was boring. It was just people want to go see the candidates. Like if I was running a debate, if I was running a like in the next election coming up for mayor or councilor, I'd make a cup up and personal. I call it close up and personal. So I'd ask the candidates about their platform, tell them, and then they'd say, you know what, answer these questions about yourself, not about your campaign, because you can go in your campaign and look what you're all about, right? And that's what this is. You know, just talk like we're talking here. People want to know what you sound like. They don't want to just hear your answers. You know, no, don't be nomads just sitting there answering your question. They want to know your personality. They want to know you get mad. You know what's really funny? You never see these debates, even these one on TV. Nobody gets mad, right? There's no emotion. It's like it's pretty straightforward, right? So
Yeah, I guess so. So
yeah.
much respect for
I
politeness.
know
I don't
there's
know.
yeah, but it's kind of like when you know like when Olivia Chow ran against Ford years ago, they had a debate. They're actually arguing back and forth. That's missing from these last debates from last year. You know, like your debate, the one you did. I don't know how many debates you have in Ward 20. I only went to one. The one I went with the one when you're out there. I
I
think
think
they're
I only have the one. I think so. Yeah. I don't think I did another one. Yeah.
yeah. And I was gonna ask you
Yeah.
about your
I did another thing when I ran previously in a Scarborough Aging Court
oh yeah.
for a community for SCAN or something, Scarborough Community Action Network or something. So I can't remember who hosted it. It might have been actually a group of a couple of different groups put together the talk. I made it to the first one, but missed the second one, unfortunately, which
Did
is really
you
too bad.
when did you start working for TTC during the election last year or
Yeah, right before, like in September.
okay? So how'd you get? Can I ask how you got into TTC? Were they hiring big time
They were
back then?
doing a hiring drive, so
Yeah.
I applied and I got hired like almost a year later, 10 months later or something.
Oh, like 2 months later. Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
What did you?
10 months. It was quite a while, but it's okay. But it was good. I got in. It's hard to get in, right? It can be.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But they're doing a hiring drive, I guess, partially because of COVID and all the people who got laid off or whatever,
Yeah.
who didn't get vaccinated. But
What,
yeah,
what did you
so
apply
yeah.
for? What position?
This drive was specifically for operators, so I applied for just the operator position. I previously went to a TTC job fair and put in several applications, but did not get a call back. Yeah,
That was
for
back.
different trades.
That was like
That was
before.
probably a couple of years prior, maybe.
Okay.
Uh, yeah,
So,
yeah.
so you what do you do now? You are you a driver for the subways or the streetcar or what?
Well, I drive a streetcar right now.
Oh yeah. Last time I was talking, you said you do different routes sometimes. You said
Yeah, I do all kinds of different routes. Yeah.
like you're not in the same route the whole time. You're like they move you around quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, it's because of the way that the like the work happens. People pick different crews and stuff to do during like a certain board period. And one of those options is to just work on like on call basically. And so there'll be open work, I guess, for the next day that is unfilled for some either unforeseen reason or maybe some unforeseen incident. I don't know. Anyways, but you can take, so then they'll just give you work for that day. So I get my work every day the day before, but
Okay,
I
so
know what days I'm off and stuff. Yeah,
well, that's cool. That's cool. So how do you like it? How,
it's good. Yeah, I like it a lot.
you've
Yeah,
been there what?
yeah.
You
The
passed. You've been
challenging, not always best, but it's good. Yeah.
you've been
Huh?
September. You've been there, right? Since September.
Yeah, almost a year. Yeah.
Oh, cool. It's good. It's great. So it's good. That's a nice. That's a good steady job. So that's. And so yeah, are you like you're junior, right? I guess to go like the postal worker. Like my buddy was part time for like 13 years of this years ago as a postal worker. He calls me up one day, he's like, hey, I got on full time after all this after many years. He was like always on call, going to different routes all the time. Like even like he lived down at Avenue in Eglinton. He was always going all over the city. Like he never had one week where he's actually 1 week the whole position there permanent, right?
Oh,
So
that's crazy.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was nuts. He's like, yeah, I used to go for coffee, meet him like all over the city. I'm like, what the heck are you doing over here, man? Oh, my root house. That's just freaking Etobicoke. You did shit. Jeez. Yeah, that's funny. So I was gonna ask you, stuff about yourself. We know about your politics and your views and all. And before we get into the socialists, just want to ask about but your what do you do for fun? I know you do a lot of reading, and you're a good writer and you're a good speaker.
Yeah, I wish I did more of that. I don't read enough. I'm actually a pretty slow reader, but I do read. I try to read political books and stuff when I can. I was part of a reader for a while. I still am technically, but I just have not been there in a long time. Yeah. Well, some of my hobbies, I guess, outside of thing, like I love to play hockey. It's like a big thing for me. Um, it's part of my physical activity, but I should be doing more. And I do sometimes, but I'm not consistent enough. But I love hockey. I just love hockey in general. Uh, yeah, I'm a big nerd. I like sci-fi.
Oh yeah, are you a Star Trek
Yeah.
fan? Yeah,
Huh?
are you a Star Trek fan?
I'm an everything fan. I'm pretty
Oh, that's
much in
good.
sci-fi,
I heard, yeah,
Star
yeah, I
Trek,
mean,
Star Wars.
that's cool. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm a big fan. Yeah, I go
yeah.
through horror movies, binge and all that. Yeah, sorry, go on. Well, like
You
sci-fi
like
and all
horror
that.
movies? Yeah.
What's that?
I said you like horror movies?
Yes, thrillers and horror movies. Yeah, yeah, I like
They
especially
can be pretty
suspense.
good. I was a scaredy cat when I was a kid, but I try to watch stuff now.
I
Yeah.
I got a
I
buddy.
remember like,
I got a buddy. He's scared. He's scared of clowns to this day.
oh, clowns are kind of freaky, but I've made my peace with them, I guess. Try to make my peace with everything.
I left a big clown for my niece. My niece had a clown, a toy stuffed clown. So one day he went to work. I left the clown in his car. He wouldn't get in his car. He says, "Get that freaking cat out of my car! Just a puppet. Go pick it up, man. Look at the eyes of that thing. It's just a doll."
Just dead inside, yeah.
I can't resist. I can't resist a good joke. No, I didn't answer the phone when he called when he got home when the clown was in his bed.
Oh, nice. You just let them suffer, yeah.
I know I
Yeah.
can't. I go too far. I go too far.
Well, that's
So
pretty
what else?
funny. That's pretty good, though. That's pretty
I,
good. He should just take it out. Like, you're helping him deal with his fear. It's
yeah,
really good.
I did. It helped. Plus, his girlfriend let me get in the house too. That was okay. It was nice of her too. So, so what else do you like to do? You like
You
hockey?
wouldn't let him get in the house. She locked him out.
Well, the girlfriend let me in the house to get to the bed, to climb the bed.
There's
It was
nowhere
the
to
same.
go.
It was the same clown. She told me he was gonna sterilize the sheets. I said, really?
That
Yeah,
clown
something that
substance, you can't get it out.
I
Yeah.
know. So that's the kid at movies and
Where
that.
is everywhere. I don't know.
Yeah,
Clowns are weird.
I don't mind horror movies. I mean, I'm used to horror movies. Work in graveyards. We talked early before graveyards and all.
That's
So what
pretty
else do you like?
neat, man. It's
What
an
else do you
interesting
like?
job.
Oh, you want to before? What else do you want to do? What else do you like doing? Sorry, what else? Hobbies, hockey. What else? You like?
Well, I play, like I said, I like sci-fi. I play video games. I play like board games stuff. Yeah.
What you
Uh,
like?
I like going. I ride my bike a lot, but mostly I ride it like commuting to work and stuff. But I ride it around. Um, yeah,
You like
yeah.
board game? You like Dungeons and Dragons?
I have played it before a long time ago. Yeah, but yeah, I play Warhammer, so it's good
Oh yeah,
times.
yeah. I was reading they got graphic novels there. I read graphic
Oh
novels.
yeah,
Yeah.
they have some pretty good writers. Yeah, I
Yeah,
read
yeah,
some.
and there's a whole bunch of books. I got to start from the beginning because they're really thick, right? The Hammer, the whole series of those, and you got to
Oh
know the
Lord,
series. Oh my gosh, they're like the series just goes like different branches, you know.
yeah,
I should wait till the whole series is done before I read it, like like George Martin, the
yeah,
Game of Thrones. I'm not gonna read it until he finishes his book, his other two books, like the
yeah. You
number.
want to be
Yeah,
inclusive?
because
Yeah.
number six, we're waiting since what 11 years for the next the sixth book coming up. He's got two more left apparently, so I'm not gonna. read. I got into my Not Bother. So, oh, you said you want to ask me some questions. What'd you do? Ask me earlier.
Oh, I don't know. How was working at the graveyard, the
Oh, the
cemetery?
the graveyard. Yeah, it was okay. It's on the daytime. It's no big deal. I tell you my story.
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty cool. Interesting.
Just things you can't
Um,
explain.
yeah. What do you like any sports? Do you do any sports?
Yeah, I used to be a runner in the military. I used to jog a lot and run a lot, and then I got
Like
into
long
the
distance?
and yeah, long distance and the short track. I was good for short track, and then I and then in the military I got into wrestling, competitive wrestling, and then in the military they don't go by they don't go by weight category. They go by position and rank. So it's kind of neat. So you like wrestling these some Russian guys like 205 pounds. I'm like back like only 115. It's just hilarious. And so I got into the weights after just as I got out of the forces. And went from changing the body type. It took a while. Like I couldn't keep weight on. Like I was like 120 for like many years when I was in my 20s. Then going to 140 took like 5 months just to keep it on. And then I like reading. I like biking. I love camping. I love camping and traveling. And camping's big. I love going to Barnacle. I like nature and all. I'm a nature guy. So
Nature's beautiful. The more
yeah,
nature you get.
and reading and what else? I like baseball, hockey. More baseball fan than hockey. I like hockey. I like the playoffs and all. I like all hockey teams, all teams. I root for them all. You know, I do. I
Yeah,
know.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care what any of those teams, to be honest. Like it's like nationalism in a way. But yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, it's nice to root for the home team sometimes. But I guess kind of when I was a kid, I was a little, I don't know, rebel, and I just didn't want to cheer for the Leafs, so I started cheering for the Flyers.
Yeah, I did the same with Leafs. Yeah, the same. Yeah, well, I didn't like the Leafs. My dad was a big Leafs fan, so I used to get him all mad by watching the Canadiens instead.
Yeah, Montreal. There you go.
I
Yeah,
say, "Hey,
hockey,
Dad,
hockey
let's watch a real team tonight, okay?"
nice.
I'm kidding, Leafs fans. I'm a Leafs fan out there, just to let you know. I'm not a Leafs fan. I was a kid back then, kind of rebelled against my dad. Anyways, so
Yeah,
are your parents still alive? Your mom and dad?
yeah, they are. Yeah, they're separated, but they're still
Are they in
here.
Toronto?
My mom has a house in Toronto. That's where I'm staying now, and then she has a cottage
Oh,
up
nice.
north. Yeah, like near
And
Minden or something.
you're named after your middle name's after your dad, right? Thomas?
My middle name is after my dad. Yeah, my dad's name
Yeah,
is Tom.
cool. That's cool. That's nice. Wow. You got any brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I got two sisters and two stepsisters from my dad's marriage. Yeah,
You got nephews and nieces?
I got a nephew. Yeah,
Oh, cool, cool. I thought you had a kid for some reason when I asked you earlier. I don't. I got the impression you had a kid for some reason. You know.
no,
So
no.
and also let me ask you a bunch of questions. Favorite movie you like?
Oh,
One that you can watch right away, or one all the time as soon as it comes on, or you'd watch it many times without getting tired.
that's difficult. I remember wanting to watch. Yeah, that's difficult. I don't know.
We'll come back to that one.
I don't watch
Favorite
a lot of
author?
movies.
Favorite
Yeah.
author?
Probably like either like for like fiction, like Hemingway, I guess, or like yeah, I don't know. But I read a lot of like historical stuff or political stuff or yeah, personal like I read about this journalist who went into Liberia like during the Civil War or whatever. That was
Okay.
cool. It's like my friend the mercenary. So I read stuff like that sometimes too. Like I guess like true stories, but usually involving like military conflict or whatever.
Oh,
I read a
cool.
lot about the military. Yeah, yeah.
You like?
Um,
What about food wise? You like any particular foods?
I like a lot of foods. I like all foods. I love burritos. They're like the best. I don't know.
You like
Burritos.
burritos? Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm a big burrito fan. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
vegetarian, but I love burritos. Yeah, they're
you
good.
like? So you're a Taco Bell fan, right?
No, I used to eat those sometimes. Yeah, but I don't know. I go to different places around. Uh, whatever's like local. Yeah, I don't know.
I like that
whatever's
in this,
nearby.
like in the States, they have so many, like when I was live in San Diego, there's so many like Mexican places. Amazing. It's all homemade, like a lot of homemade family restaurants, all from scratch. It's just so nice. Like then you go to Taco Bell and eat the processed stuff. It's a lot big difference and all, you know. So I know.
Yeah, it's not very yeah.
So are you? Oh, are you got? Are you single right now? Or are you are
No,
married or what?
I'm in a relationship. Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's good. So I was gonna. Okay, now let's go skip to your for council. I was gonna ask you if you ran for council again, what would you like to see accomplished winning as a council member for your ward? What would you like to see done that hasn't been done or should be done?
Like if I was winning in my ward,
Yeah, if
well,
you
I don't
guys
know.
would
I
you keep
guess I'd want to try and form like tenants organizations, and or at least like and take the ones that exist and like try to empower them to have more control over their living situation, and really all renters and whatever. Like I don't know, like just saying like I'm one, like I obviously have my ideals, right? Like I'd like to see, like I'd like to uh I guess really support workers and support workers organizations and unions in the riding, and of course like outside as well. But I'd like to try and protect as much of the natural environment, and maybe restore or whatever, build, like not build, but I don't know. Well, yeah, I guess there could be some landscaping or whatever done to create more natural environments in the riding. And I'd like to. There's bike path systems, so I'd like to spread the bike path systems and make them more connected. I know that there's groups that are working on that, so I'd like to try and get that done. Uh, Yes, and the name I forgot earlier, I just want to say is Kevin Rupasinghe, who ran also, and he's doing work with he does work with, like DC Transit riders and like TO and stuff like that. I believe anyway. So
oh good.
I forgot the name earlier, and I just wanted to say that. Yeah, but that's stuff that I'd like to see done as well. Um, I'd like to try and foster like strong communities. Like it's great to see I guess some small businesses doing well and stuff, and some good paying jobs in the riding, but we do need like more good paying jobs, and we need to protect the schools. But I know those are like provincial issues, but I still would like to, whatever, like lean on the province. I mean, although it's probably hard to do, or somehow give schools more support, public schools. Yeah,
Yes, as you know,
I would like to probably try and ban most private schools in the riding if I could, but I don't think it would happen. But
yeah,
maybe.
because in the states, all those private schools are they're done. They're funded by they're not funded by the government in the states, right? All the private schools.
Well, yes, and that those are coming up here. Like those, there's so many what lobbyists and whatever meeting with. They
Yeah.
have been meeting with the provincial government, whatever, to expand the private school system in Ontario. Yeah,
That's good.
so
I
yeah.
love that. That's good. Good advocate for the community. I was gonna ask you, you're now you're a TTC, right? Do you see yourself like as a socialist because you're part of the MSA, Municipal Social Alliance? We mentioned that earlier. Would
Yeah.
you like to do things as a socialist to get working with the people, working with the GTC to improve the GTC for services, customer service, meaning as a social wise, like you see things missing in GTC as we all see now, but you'd have if you're in that position working there with as an employee, being an advocate for a community as a socialist. Do you have any things in your mind what you'd like to see done with the GTC?
I can't really speak to like what the GC should do or whatever, but I would definitely advocate for way more resources towards public infrastructure and social services and all kinds of things, because it's like the health of the city in general.
Hmm.
Is just I feel like it's I think many people, I don't know, but I feel like it's deteriorating to some degree. I mean, especially due to lack of social services, lack of housing, lack of public and affordable housing. Um, like money going into police, money being gifted to companies, or at least land and resources being gifted in sweetheart deals to companies, and investors, the empowerment of like landlords uh, over land and housing, like the SHAN, that's like the landlord tenant board, uh, which has issues for landlords too, I guess, but I don't really care that much about landlords. I don't know. Uh, yeah. So
You mentioned about also small, you mentioned local businesses. Do you think we need some more support for, like, say, like your award for support for local businesses? Because I've talked to a few Lawrence there, and they're big anti-BIA fans. You know, they're not supporters of BIA because of the lack
no,
of.
BIA have interests. Like they're definitely like hardcore capitalists. Like they want to build business in the area and
Yeah,
stuff, and they want businesses to do well, but not for the people working there exactly, but for the people who own them. Who in the small business sector, if it's a really small business, the people working are the people that own it. So I mean, there's a bit of a circumstance there. Like I definitely think we need like some small businesses, but I think there's so much focus on promoting the small business that it's really mostly just sort of propaganda and support for like the capitalist system in general.
yeah.
Like I said, I think we also need like good paying jobs. We could have like public institutions and public services, or like workers organizations doing like owning things like cooperatives. Sorry, like I'd really like to see more cooperatives. It's really unfortunate that Mountain Equipment Co-op, that maybe had its issues from the onset, I don't know, is no longer a cooperative. Not that they're a Toronto company, that at least I think so. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think some people are doing this work and that's good. Um, I am skeptical of a lot of like nonprofit stuff and even charities to some degree, uh, depending obviously on a case by case basis on the kind of work they do and how they form and who makes what kind of money and stuff.
They're
You know,
also
within
like
these
I agree,
organizations.
like some other like the capitalists with these charities, some of these the well known ones. I'm very leery about donating unless I know whether the money's going to go 100% to the charity itself, not just administration fees. You know what I mean? You know.
Yeah,
But we got
yeah.
2 minutes left, so you want to just add anything for yourself to let people know about yourself and why you're worth the vote and why you're worth the vote in the past or maybe in the future or what?
Well, I mean, I think like I always say, I think like we need a workers' party. We need people in we need a government that represents the working class and all and every other exploited class within society. Um, because the system, the people who are running the system now are running it solely or almost solely for their benefit.
Yeah.
In my opinion, they only maintain the rest of the system so that it maintains themselves. That's the only degree that they care about it, um, in my opinion. And I think we really need to overcome that. And I believe that we can. And so I'm just trying to build that. And that's what I hope, if I run through this campaign, that's just what I hope to do
That's great.
with my life in general. In general. So yeah,
That's cool. I
that's
love it. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's good. So, got about 1 minute left. So, I like your ideas there. So, we'll do another interview if you want in the future or whatever you want. And like your ideas there. So, I was gonna say, I was gonna say. Anyways, just want to say thanks for coming back on the show. I know you're a busy guy. I'm glad. Thanks for all your relaying your personal history and all your personal stuff. That's kind of cool. So
yeah.
yeah, send you a video, a copy of the video, and yeah, I'll put the MSA on the link there down by your video as well. So, anyways, thank you, Corey Day, for coming on the show. Gonna be cut off in 1 minute. And if you have any questions or any, and where they can reach you, do you have a website?
I may be activating a website if I run a
Okay,
campaign.
great. I'll do that
I just
then.
have the I have the Twitter, which is not really used right now, but I'll be using it more if I do run in a campaign. I mean, I do use it, but it's just sporadically at the
Okay, so
moment.
I'll say before I get
I
cut
have a
off, saying
Facebook
thank you
account.
so much. Thanks, Corey, for coming on the show, and like Brody, you're a good guy. I like your heart. I like your soul for the people. That's what it is. That's what it's all about. Anyways, thanks for coming, and I'm gonna send you a copy, and we'll take it from there. Okay.